we're live. This is my review for the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 3. I just had to hype myself up before I got on camera. Because I forgot to take a nap today, and I'm just like, whew, I can do this. I can do this. The bright light is in my fucking face. I can do this. Anyway, I know y'all want to talk about Potomac. Before we get into this, hit that like button. If this is your first time here, seeing me, please subscribe to a Ninja. I'm almost at 17,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate it. Happy Monday. How are y'all doing? Y'all love the lights? I'm loving the city lights. It's on tonight. What y'all know about that? JoJo, old JoJo. Anyway, let's get into it. So this episode, we finally have the taglines, and I'm not gonna hold y'all. We talked about it on Pop Roast already. I like Stacey's. She said, some people believe the lies, and still I rise. And I actually like Kay's too. Hers was beauty is my business, but getting you together is my specialty. Okay, Kay. Look, she may be flopping this season, but I'm gonna give it to her. Like, that's my favorite. Stacey is a close second. Anyway, so we open the episode with Ashley in a spin class, which just further proves that she has nothing going on but her beef with Stacey. Speaking of Stacey, we're with her and her daughter, and it seems like she's training her to be like in a pageant. Her daughter is so precious, so cute. She reminds us that her and her ex-husband are dating again, but she isn't letting her daughter know. She said she just wants to see where this goes with her ex-husband. And I don't know, from experience, I think that parents should just be straight up with their kids. I was blindsided personally by my parents' divorce because they kept me in the dark. I think it does, more harm than good. Like you're trying to keep, you're trying to shield your kid. But yeah, like I think if they're old enough, you can have a conversation with them. You should tell them, like, let's not insult the kids' intelligence. Like, because most of the time they know what's going on. Next scene, we're with Wendy meeting up with Kiarna for a one-on-one chat. Where is Wendy going? Where is she going? I mean, I like the purse. I like it, but still, I have no clue, and I'm gonna let her cook. It's fine. But Kay jumps right into her issue with Wendy. She says in her confessional that Wendy acts different towards her on and off camera. So first, before they get into it, they acknowledge that they're having their separate events for Freakness. It's basically like a horse races event. I've never heard of it. DMV people in the chat, please let me know, like educate me. Is this a big deal? What's the history? Is it a us event? Because like Preakness, why do they call it this? Why do they call it Freakness? See, I know I wasn't crazy. See, I'm not being a hater, I promise. Overdressed to sit on a bench at the Inner Harbor. Exactly. I'm just like, where's you going? Where are you going? Like, I just feel like there's a time and a place, and her fashions is just like, it just don't make sense sometimes. It's a big deal. Huh. Well, somebody go into detail. Well, it's part of the Triple Crown Classic for horse racing. Okay. Well, I'm sure someone else can. I'm going to Google it later. Maybe I should just did that. But thank you, Lisa, for helping me out. So the gist of Kay's argument is how Wendy acts different towards her. And also, when she brought it up to her attention at Ashley's event, she was very condescending and dismissive, which I do agree with that. Wendy thinks the examples that Kay gave her were juvenile, and she says she's had her back and gives last season as an example when Ashley came for her business and said it was funded by a drug dealer. Here's what Kay's problem is. I think she isn't articulating her point across because I think her feelings are valid. What she's trying to say is Wendy only steps up as a friend to her on camera. And Wendy bringing up, like, oh, see, I had your back last season with Ashley, that just proved Kay's point. Like, yeah, you got my back on camera and aligning yourself, but when the cameras go down, it's just like, oh, hey girl. Or we saw it like when she said, oh, I'm not splitting the room with Kay. Like it's stuff like that, like little things. Um Now, a lot of people seem to be confused, but Wendy has a history of doing this. Like she makes alliances and not friendships. Now, before you say, Chris, they all do that. I mean, because, Wendy fans, they always think people are singling her ass out. And it's not usually the case all the time. Now, what makes Wendy's case different to me is she hasn't forged one real friendship on this show. Still, how many seasons has she been on here? There's not one real friendship that she has. Like, not Candace, not Karen, and she navigates alliances without the other person being in on it. And I feel like that's what happened with Kay. And I feel like, Kay actually, Wendy puts herself on a pedestal. And I think, she put her friendship with Wendy on the pedestal. So that's my take on that. Y'all can disagree. Let me know if you do in the comments. Anyway, Kay feels slighted from Ashley's event when she focused on Giselle and not her, and points out to Wendy, you don't even like Giselle. And I would agree with that. She don't. Like, Wendy is just going along to get along with Giselle. Now, on camera is cool, but I'm sure her and Giselle are not hanging out off camera when the cameras are down. I agree completely. Wendy is dismissive and Kay has difficulty articulating herself. Wendy thinks she's better than. She came on the show like that. She's been humbled now. She definitely has. They don't all do alliances. Potomac, like Jersey, are friends off camera. They hang out, they go to dinner, etc. Wendy fans can't be reasoned with. She's the perpetual victim and hero in their narrative. I would agree with that. Like Potomac, you see that NECA still hangs out with all the OGs, Like I feel like Kay, she hangs out with Giselle too. Like she's more better friends with her hairstylist, but that's how she knows Giselle. She's cool with Karen. Karen definitely checked in on her when the cameras went down. So like I'm trying to think. NECA is cool with Candace. Candace, I think, went to NECA's baby shower, I believe. So yeah, like that's all I'm saying. Like the biggest clue was I thought that Candace and Wendy were like this. But then I was just so shocked when months passed after Candace had her kid and Wendy said she never met her, I think she had a boy, right? She never met her son. So yeah, like it just said a lot. It spoke volumes to me. Anyway, moving on, there's a back and forth when Kate tells her that she only centers their friendship around the show. Then Wendy starts to laugh at her. We then cut to Wendy playing dumb in her confessional, like as if she has no clue what Kay is talking about. So it looks like they get nowhere in their argument and it just ends hella fake, And Kay says, she got all the confirmation she got from this interaction with Wendy. Excuse me. Let me drink right quick. So the next scene, we're at Angel's home with her family. Now, unfortunately, anytime Angel is in a scene with her husband, especially when he's in jogging pants, he takes my attention. Like Angel might as well be like the teacher from Charlie Brown. Like, I'm just like, at her scenes, I'm sorry. Like, Angel, you might have to film by yourself or with the other ladies. Cause I'm sorry, her man is fine. Fine. Anywho, she tells him about the event that she had and her dismay that Kay, her best friend, said that she had to chin check her. Now, this is the first of many times we're going to hear this phrase. Angel is upset that Kay would use that language towards her and plans on having a conversation with her down the line. Now, next scene, we're with Stacy meeting up with Jossie to lunch. I'm very happy to see, is it Jassy or Jossie? I think it's Jassy. It's Jassy. Sorry, Jassy, if you're watching. She follows me. I think Jassy, don't throw a brick at me. I think she deserved the flute over Kay. Like, I think it's just something so charismatic about her when she's on camera. And when I was watching, I was just like, thank God my girl Stacy got an ally in somebody. In somebody. And side note, doesn't Jassy look like SZA in the face, y'all? Go back and look at it. She looks like SZA to me in the face. Anyway, Stacy talks about her upcoming wedding and then about Freakness event coming up. Since everyone's going anyway, Stacy invites her to Wendy's event. So she's going to be in the next episode. Stacy then talks about how the group has been ganging up on her, particularly led by Giselle and Forehead. They giving her a hard time about her relationship with her husband when Giselle herself was trying to get back with Pastor Holy Whore. That, like, we haven't forgot that. So I'm just wondering, how come Stacy hasn't brought that up? Like, I'm not sure why they getting on her about getting back with her husband. Look, exactly. Like, they can't make me hate Stacy. Like, she is really navigating this season well. And still, she rise. Stacy then shares some tea with Jassy that Giselle has a new man, allegedly. And she has the videos from the blogs to prove it. She makes sure the camera catches her, like her phone. Now, do I care that Giselle is seeing someone? No, but it basically proves that, like, it's a testament to Giselle never sharing her business, but being all up in other people's business. But she's just real slick, you know? Like, she just has a way of getting everybody on each other and then taking the heat off of herself. You know? Stacy is strong like Teflon. I love it. That's why they hate her, Chris. Stacy stayed rising and getting rattled by their childish and not getting rattled by their childish schemes. So the next scene, we're at Tia's home with her husband and kids. Those kids are giving me a headache when I was watching this scene. So I can only imagine how she is during her day-to-day. Her husband reminds me so much of Britt Edie's husband, y'all. Like, I can't unsee it. Also, this isn't shade, but it just don't look like they have that much chemistry between them. You know, like with Angel and her husband, I see it. Like, he be cheesed up when he's around her, especially during that their lunch scene in the last episode. Like, you could tell that, you know, they still having sex. Like, but Tia and her husband, like, it's just hard for me to see it, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just not getting no chemistry. This is just what I'm getting. So they go to their backyard away from their kids to talk. The gist of their conversation is they're discussing their home life and parenting. So far for Tia, I'm bored. I'm sorry, I am. Like, I'm still going to give her a chance. It's only episode 3, but, you know, the jury's still out on it. Now, I saw a preview from for next week, and I'm pleased. Let's just say that. I'm not going to get into it, but, you know, I have hope for Tia. Let's just hope. Thank you for the super chat, MJ. I like Tia, but did y'all see how unkept her backyard was? Ooh. She talks about wealth, but I don't see it. With that bare kitchen, kids fighting, sissy husband. Now see, go to your corner. Thank you for the super chat, but go to your corner. Britt Edie didn't have chemistry with her husband too. Maybe that's why. Oh my God, her daughters were irking me. They're at that phase where everything is annoying to them, though they themselves are being obnoxious. I said the same thing, no chemistry. Okay, so it's not just me. I think Tia will be a slow burn like Angela Oakley. I hope so. I hope so. Tia is Giselle's friend, so she's going to be low key. Give family scenes with her daughters who drag her and a semi-absent romantic life. Damn. Now, see, this is why I love being on live with y'all. Y'all are just doing my job for me. But again, I'm gonna give Tia a chance. So then next scene, Giselle is meeting a few of the ladies at this horrible clothing store. Tia and Angel arrive first, and they're talking about Angel's event. Not Giselle of all people trying to critique someone else's style. I guess what Tia was wearing in the last episode at Angel's event. Now I'm glad Tia didn't just, take that. She said, immediately, not you telling me about my style, and then followed by messy production plastering 10 of Giselle's looks back to back on the screen. I am here for this type of pettiness. They could have showed 20 looks. Like, Giselle is like one of the top worst dressed housewives across all franchises of all time. So yeah, like Giselle needs to not talk about anybody's style. Nobody's. So then Wendy walks in and Lord have mercy. Now I'm going to talk about this look because what the fuck is this? Like, what is she wearing? Where is she going? Why do the shorts fit like that? Like, this isn't authentic at all. Like, not only is she not authentic, this style isn't as well. I need her to, like, I don't know. Did Paris do this? Paris Chia? I don't know. Like, I was just wondering, what was she wearing? Anyway, Giselle tells the ladies that she's organizing a trip to Nevis. Don't ask me to find that on the map. Allegedly, that's in the Caribbean. Later on, Angel asks Whitney, how did her talk with Kay go? Wendy lies and says it went okay. And still, she doesn't understand where Kay is coming from. Giselle asks, does she think they're going to get into it at the Freakness event? And Wendy says the beef is all on Kay's end. And then we see Giselle again ask Angel, is she and Kay good after the whole chin check debacle? Angel, to Giselle's surprise, says Kay told her she didn't say that. So that means Kay doubled back after Angel's event and still told her that I didn't say that. Like, even after she apologized to Angel in front of all the ladies. Now, one can say Angel made a rookie mistake there because all she had to tell Giselle was, we good, but she didn't. like if she would have just told her, like, it's good, me and Kay, like, it's fine, she apologized, it would have died. But now you gave producer Giselle more ammo, as we'll see later. Kay carried this episode. She's living up to her tagline. I don't know about that. Wendy doesn't have to do much to outdress this group. She could have brought it down a couple notches. That is my thing. Like, she doesn't have to try at all. Like, this is one of the worst dressed casts on Bravo. Like all Wendy had to do was just wear something cute. She didn't have to wear something that's like that just screams look at me for all the wrong reasons. But yeah, Angel says she'll be upset if she finds out that it's true. And now she's clearly being egged on by the other ladies in this moment. She even alludes to Kay's fight with Sesame Street. And I'm just like, wrong road, wrong road. Like, she brings up her fight with Sesame Street as to why would she use that verbiage with her. So then, Wendy picks up on that immediately. And I'm just like, Angel, stop talking. Stop. So then, next scene is the day of Freakness. All the ladies are, headed to Kay's place first for like a pregame. Her man is there. What's his name? Greg. Also, her fabulous mom is there. Always love to see her there. Side note, I want to give Kay some props right here because her confessional look, that black dress with that big ass flower, she looked just like a black Carrie Bradshaw. I'll give her props when they're due. In her confessional, she talks about her mom's relationship with Greg. They get along. At the very least, they have respect for each other, and at least it's not a Mama Joyce and Todd situation. Stacy is the first to arrive, and I still don't understand why Kay dislikes her so much. Now, Wendy, I get, but Kay, I don't get where all this is coming from. More of the ladies arrive, and let's just get to these fashions right quick. Giselle is on brand once again because what the fuck? What is this? This two-piece floral monstrosity with this flaccid red fascinator. Like, she just refused to get a stylist, y'all. Like, I thought last season, like, we were going in the right direction. But it's 2 steps forward and 5 steps back. I honestly don't like what anyone is wearing except for Wendy. Now, this was a look that did not feel forced. She looks really good, really clean, like sleek, classic. The fascinator was given, the boobs was there. Like, look, I will give Wendy props when she, dresses down. She looked good. Like, she was definitely best dressed of all of them. And like we said earlier, she ain't got to try that hard. So they're all seated, and I must say it was really awkward seeing them all sitting there while Kay's mama and Greg are on the couch just watching them. Like they have like a front row seat to the mess. Let's see. Just a thought. If Wendy's lawyer is the same caliber as her surgeon, they might be all right. Good boy. Thank you, Janice, for the super chat. Did you notice the evil eye Kay's mom was giving Wendy? And did you see the sea lion jump out of the water when Wendy was laughing at her? I think I did see that in the background. Oh, Wendy looked great, but did she return it? Oh, man. Kay is obviously trying to stay on the show, so she's starting drama with the weakest links. I don't think Stacey is a weak link at all because Stacey was getting her ass together too. We'll get into that. Kay's mom was ready to pop up if anyone went left with her daughter. I saw that. I honestly think Kay's mom should have got a flute because she is fabulous. She looked like she take no shit. She looked like a beautiful version of Black China's mom. Like Black China's mom, Tokyo Tony, she looked like a bizarro version of Kay's mom. Do y'all see it? So then Giselle asked Kay if this is Wendy's event, then how did they end up at Kay's? Now, I don't know why she immediately threw shade at Wendy. Like she's saying, like just all of a sudden, well, Wendy likes to be first, better, and best. Like Kay, you took the bait. You took the bait. Like why? Like that shade wasn't warranted towards Wendy. And now you're just giving her, as well as Wendy's fans, ammunition that you really do want a moment, because that really didn't really, it wasn't called for. They're having a back and forth now, and Wendy, she is easily like packing up Kay, and it's super awkward, for this to be happening in front of Kiana's mom. So when the argument settles a bit, Giselle then takes this time to confront Kay again about the chin check comment. Angel makes it known that she took offense to it. And Kay again in front of the group cops to it, that the fact that she said it. And look, that means that Kay lied twice to the group. Yet she is giving Stacy shit for the past 2 episodes. So if I was Stacy, I would have brought that up, because you got so much energy for Stacy lying, but here you go lying. And Giselle calling your ass out on it. Kay apologizes, again, and Angel apologizes to her if she felt that she didn't have her back. So now, which we see Wendy and Giselle giving so now you think it would be done because they apologized to each other. Kay took accountability, and then Angel took it one step further by saying, I got your back. I'm sorry if you didn't feel that way. But now Wendy is turning the tables on Angel, saying, well, that wasn't the energy you had 2 days ago. And, this isn't matching what you were telling us. So y'all, Wendy and Giselle was tag teaming the both of them at the table. Wendy makes sure she mentions Angel's comment about Kay's fight with Sesame Street, and Wendy basically implying that she's being fake. We cut to Wendy's confessional, and she thinks Angel and Kay had a side conversation before her pregame, and Kay actually chin checked her again before, so they won't have an argument at the table. But Giselle is just slicker than an oil salesman, and Wendy jumped in too, so they definitely fell into their trap. I did think it was funny when Wendy said in her confessional, Angel baby, blink twice. That was funny. So then at the table, Kay basically chin checks her friend of 20 years in front of everybody, saying, well, look, I get it. I was wrong. I get that you was offended. I understand things can be heightened by this. But whatever that chat was, I hope it will be the last. I was Stacy at the table. I was like, oh. Like, that was definitely a chin check at the table. Like, if she didn't do it then, she definitely did it at the table in front of all the ladies. So then afterwards, Angel looking stupid, but now she wants to address Wendy for calling her out. While Kay then interjects, which didn't land at all, putting her friend on blast. I don't even think she realized how that made Angel look, because Kay now saying, what did you have to say about Wendy? You don't like her, right? You don't like her. What do you think about her? Kay, you not doing your friend any type of service at the table. What are you doing right now? Like, it was cringe. It was definitely cringe. Angel then says, well, in this moment, I have a problem. Wendy then throws out, well, why are you singling me out when Giselle and Tia was co-signing what I was saying? Now, Angel makes her case that, okay, so the energy wasn't the same in that moment, but I'm allowed to feel differently after some time has passed. So then Wendy tells Angel, it's crazy how you switched up on me, and says, wow. Angel says, well, wow to you too, Wendy. Woo, child. Like, that was a lot at the table. I would love to know what y'all thought of that. Angel seemed nervous to me from the get-go. Don't think she's used to the cameras yet. Yeah. Talk about a bad friend. How are you going to embarrass your friend at the table in front of everybody? Like, I was just like, can they not see that, like, you know, Giselle is like, dance, puppets, dance. And then, like, Wendy is tag teaming them right there. Like, it was a lot. Kay trying to run things like a mafioso at the table. Girl, where was this energy when you were squaring off against a Hennessy bottle? Now, see, Riri, stop. I get hazing as a part of joining this show, but Angel literally didn't do anything. Now, let's stick on that. I want to stay on that point right there, because I'm going to be honest. Like, I see both sides, but I'm leaning towards Angel didn't deserve that at the table. Like, Wendy, she didn't have to jump on her. Like, I feel like Angel, if I was Angel, I would have had every right to be annoyed by Wendy, because what are you doing right now? I see what you're doing right now. Like, you trying to get my friend to get mad at me, and unfortunately, Kay took the bait at that and then chin checked her friend at the table. Like, Angel wasn't being fake, because at the end of the day, she did address Kay in front of everybody at the table, and she made Kiana, you know, take accountability. So, and then she also told her how it made her feel. She said, I was offended by it. But then to completely turn it around on Angel, I just thought that was messy. And especially bringing up Kay's fight, because Wendy knew that that would set Kay off, because that's a trigger for her. It is. Also, if y'all remember, this all started because Angel was actually defending Wendy and taking up for her while Kay was telling her story. So I'm just like, well, damn, bitch. Like, I was actually like helping you out. Like, I kind of was, you know, telling my friend, like, hey, like, maybe you should have checked up on her kids. Did you ask about her? But now you doing this to me? Like, yeah, like if I was Angel, I would be pissed. So I get it. Y'all can disagree in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Because I didn't like that. Like, poor Angel. But again, rookie mistakes. Now, with Kay, I would think she knew better. Like, didn't you have, like, what? You was a friend of the show, and then you had a flute, and now this is your full second season, and you still falling into these traps. But you know what? Now Angel knows what to expect with these ladies. Trust none of them. Got to be a bit on the guard when dealing with them. Could you guys imagine if Giselle and Wendy actually got along and they were friends in a tag team? They would be terrorizing all the ladies. I know, right? But colorism. I'm just kidding. I mean, look, kind of, sort of, maybe on Giselle's part. Wendy ain't loyal to anyone but herself, hence why she has no real friends on the show. I agree. That part, I was thinking that too. Angel was mad at Wendy, not because she didn't hear Giselle, but because she had just got yelled at for defending Wendy, and Wendy used her to get to Kay. Masterful, but brutal. Exactly. Like, Wendy is playing a Housewives game right now. Like, I will give that to her. Wendy was playing chess at that table, and Kay was playing checkers. But yeah, like, I totally agree, Riri. You hit the nail on the head. She used Angel in that moment to set Kay off, to basically divide a friendship. Kind of like what Angela did with Portia and Shamia. But yeah, we saw on Watch What Happens Live that according to Kay, her and Angel are good and no one's gonna come between them. I'm sorry, like my friend of 20 years, no, y'all not gonna set my ass up. Whew. Anyway, let's move on, y'all. The awkwardness is broken up by Greg as he gives Kay a wad of cash to bet on the horses. So they head to the Sprinter to Freakness. It's cordial on the Sprinter until Giselle points out that Angel looks upset. She's new to this. She probably, this is her first kind of like negative interaction with the other ladies, with one of the ladies. Angel corrects her and says she was mad. I wasn't upset. And I kind of get the difference. Upset means like, it really bothered you in the moment, as far as like you're hurt. But no, I'm mad. I'm angry because I was defending your ass and then you just used me just now. So yeah, I get it. Giselle continues to needle and says, well, you're mad at Wendy, right? And I'm just like, oh my God, Angel, can you please chin check Giselle? Please. That was what was really frustrating me. Giselle needs to get chin check, but the Grand Dame was behind bars at the time of this filming. So then Kay is explaining how the group dynamic can be frustrating to Angel. And when she says, she argues out of a place of love, not anger, Stacy chimes in and says, well, that's not how you be addressing me. So Kay says Stacy is a different situation. How? Stacy then calls her out on not making the effort to get to know her last season and not even inviting her to like events or anything. There's a little back and forth until Kay spills some like champagne on her and I think she needs a napkin. Wendy then tells Angel once again, as she's trying to like needle Kay or whatever, she tells Angel to use her dress to help her friend. She's being messy in this moment and Kay can't even see it. So she says, help your friend of 20 years. So then Kay tells Wendy, and I think it's playfully, to mind her business and fuck off. So then Stacy says, well, I don't speak like that. And then now Kay is antagonizing Stacy by mocking her and then says she's tired of these hoes, especially the one she's sitting next to. Again, I'm tired of these hoes, especially the one I'm sitting next to. Kay, are you okay? What are you doing right now? Like, what? You call it, like Stacy says, so I'm a hoe? Kay explains she didn't mean it like that. She says sorry. Stacy says, okay, I don't want to get chin checked. Get her, Stacy. When I was watching this, I was like, get her. I'm sure you're the person to show me. I see what she did there. Like, look, Stacy can handle her own. That's why I'm not worried about her. And it's just so good. But now it's like an awkward silence. Child, and then here come Forehead. Here come Forehead trying to say, oh, well, let's not do that. Let's not do that. We're going low. Ashley, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, sit back and drink your drink. Going low. Are you for real, Ashley? Her of all people. Don't make me call Candace. Okay? Like, I am sick of Ashley. Shut up. Oh, well, you're going low. Wasn't it your dirty ass friend that came at Kay in the first place? Well, actually, she came at Candace trying to make a moment for herself, and then she got tackled by Kay. That's what I'm wondering. Like, what? Anyway, Ashley just... She's like in her confessional. To bring up something so traumatizing and difficult makes me want to chin check Stacy. Girl, shut up. Shut up. How about you chin check your badass kids? That's what you need to be doing. Jokes, y'all. Jokes. Like, I swear, like, if Ashley takes any like type of reason to jump on Stacey, like she takes it, and I'm tired of it. I am so tired of it. Anyway, oh, also, we almost have 200 people in the chat. Hit that like button, please and thank you. So now the credits are rolling. They're still driving on their way to the event, and we hear Kay say she's done with Stacey, and that is where the episode ends. Now, I will say, I will give this episode a 9 out of 10 because it was definitely better than last week, and it had me invested. It had me invested because I was just really interested in the conversations at the beginning with Kay's talk with Wendy, and then at Kay's pregame. Like, I was just really invested in the conversation. I was entertained. So yeah, like I'll give them their. It wasn't a perfect episode. It was like a 9 out of 10 for me. Give me y'all's rating in the chat, or in the live chat as well. I'm sorry, in the comments. You can leave. I can't wait for Salt Lake City tomorrow too. You say an 8 out of 10, 7.5, 8. Thank you for the super chat. Look, I love that y'all hooking a brother up with the super chats. I deserve y'all. Support me, bitch. Support me. I thank y'all so much. I don't have much, but I wanted to show you some support as one of my favorite creators on YouTube. Thank you. I do not take y'all for granted. I'm telling you. Because look, I am tired as shit right now. I got up to do a catering gig at 6 a.m. in the morning. At 6 a.m. in the morning. And I forgot to take a nap today because I was hungry. Anyway, I really appreciate you, Hawk. Thank you so much. Angel, I hope you learned something from this. To not trust Giselle and to navigate this. So this your third episode. Rookie mistakes. You're allowed to. You're allowed to. So I have hope for Angel. Like, by episode 6, episode 10, you should be getting the hang of this. So Angel, learn something from this. And Kay just taking all the L's. First from Wendy, then Giselle, then Stacey. They all got her together in the same episode. Kay, I don't know what's going on. Like, she is flopping. And I'm just like, I remember when Kay came on the scene. I was like, I like her. Like, she had a lot of personality. I don't know what happened. Maybe she should have just stayed as a friend. Cause look, we all know low key, high key, that Bravo's legal team gave her that flu. I'm just saying. Yeah, Watch What Happens Live. I was very disappointed. The way she was coming at Stacey, and I'm just like, why do you have all this smoke for Stacey when this should be reserved for Giselle? Because like, she basically is pitting you against your friend of 20 years for her own amusement. Like, I would have got Giselle so together. I was just like, now, wait a minute, Giselle, I don't need you to be asking us anything. Like, we got this. We talked about this. Butt out. Jamie Foxx show reference. How is your name Kay and you getting F's on the board and L's on every episode? Kay is being inauthentic because people said she was boring. She was the Cynthia of the group and should have just leaned into that. Now, wait a minute. Don't be giving Cynthia strays. Cynthia is a well-balanced to the group. Now she is. She used to come off a little boring, but now, like, I think she evens out the group. She's scared to touch Giselle, which I don't know why. She would be the easiest to read. I think it's because they share a friend. Like, she's cool with Giselle's hairstylist. stylist. But maybe she just didn't want, any friction there. But yeah, y'all, I enjoyed this episode actually. Next episode, I saw the clip for it, the first 6 minutes, and I was clocked in. So I can't wait for next week. Is anything fun happening next week? No, I don't think so. I just have 2 reviews to do. Also, breaking news, we found out that Bravo is actually going to be airing Wendy's episode of Wife Swap. Now, I called this yesterday on Alexander Rogers' channel on his video about Wendy and her statement. I said that they're going to save it for last. And that's what they're going to do. It's going to be airing November 9th, which is going to be even more interesting because her hearing is on November 7th. Woo! Anyway, y'all, this was fun. I'm about to go my ass to sleep. I might take an edible. I might. You know what? I think I am. And I'm going to sleep till 11 a.m. tomorrow. Anyway, y'all, catch my Real Housewives of Salt Lake City review. I'm going to be, that's going to be next on the docket. And yeah, with that, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all for the next episode.